حي على الفلاح.
If you really love the person you're with, the time has come for you to proceed with marriage. If you are hesitant, then know that you are not in love. If you cannot see the two of you sharing a future together, then you are not in love. If you cannot imagine waking up next to them every morning, then you're not in love. If you cannot think of spending every second of your day putting up with their flaws and embracing the perfections, then you are not in love. If there is a soft voice at the back of your head that is wondering if you have the energy it takes to tolerate that person on a daily basis, then you are not in love. You are only wasting your time and their time. You're only making a fool out of yourself and them. The source of love is Allah itself. One of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Wadud, the most affectionate. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shows us the true meaning of affection. No one can love us the way He does. It conveys that the feeling of love is not wrong in itself, but how you manifest it. In Islam, it is not a sin if you feel a special affinity or inclination towards a certain individual, since human beings have no control on such natural inclinations. We are, however, definitely responsible and accountable if we get carried away by such feelings and take specific actions or steps that might be deemed as haram. As far as male and female interaction is concerned, Islam dictates strict rules. It forbids all forms of dating and isolating oneself with a member of the opposite gender, as well indiscriminate mingling and mixing. If, however, one does none of the above, and all that he or she wants is to seriously consider marrying someone, such a thing itself is not considered haram. In fact, Islam encourages us to marry persons for whom we have special feelings and affinity. Thus, Islam recommends that potential marriage partners see one another before proposing marriage. However, we are advised against getting carried away by merely the outward appearances of a person. These may be quite misleading. Marriage is a lifelong partnership, and a person's real worth is determined not by his or her physical looks, but more so by the inner person or character. Hence, after having mentioned that people ordinarily look for beauty, wealth, and family in a marriage partner, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, advised us to consider primarily the religious or character factor over and above all other considerations. For the purpose of protecting one's dignity, we are forbidden from engaging in any premarital relationships. A lot of people foolishly try to overrule this by claiming that they're not like the rest, or that they know their limits. Truth is, nobody knows us better than Allah. Allah knows that when a non-mahram man and woman come together, shaitan is the third person. Shaitan lights a fire that can only be put out through sexual intimacy. Even if things don't go that far, relationships are filled with insecurity and a lack of commitment. How many hearts have been broken by unfaithful lovers, and how many teenagers have resorted to alcohol and drugs just to get over the pain of a breakup? Out of His wisdom and His divine love, Allah forbade us from opposite gender relationships, except through marriage. Unlike a non-marital relationship, marriage is built on commitment, trust, and loyalty. In a marriage, the couple knows that the only way out is divorce, so they try really hard to make things work out. It is interesting that Islam does not invalidate the concept of love nor does it reject it entirely. To prove the point, Adam alayhi salam, he was in Jannah. But even Jannah was not enough without a partner to share it with. So Allah created a miracle for mankind, the woman. Fast forward thousands of years from then to the story of the greatest of mankind, Muhammad ibn Abdullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. His first marriage was surprisingly a love marriage. Khadija radiallahu anha fell in love with this young man who was so honest, upright, and had a sense of identity and purpose in his life. Although she was a widow, she was in love once again. She knew that this was the man she wanted to spend the rest of her life with, even though he wasn't as wealthy or even as old as her. These are just two out of hundreds of stories that reflect love in Islam. What is haram is a relationship, but not love. Love is halal, but it has to be within the limits of the Sharia. Love is a gift for mankind. It's the single most powerful emotion that can both make and break a person. Love is woven into every moment of our life. Even the love that people try to avoid discussing. The love between a man and a woman. Now, we're not encouraging you to go out and fall in love. In fact, we want you to fall out of love for a few minutes so you can reassess your circumstances. Love isn't how poets define it. There is more to love than magical words and companionship. Love can either be extremely beautiful or unbearably painful. And it is up to us which one we choose. When you are in love, you only see the nice things about that person. This is because the bad side isn't revealed to you. But when you're married, you spend every second of your life together, you will be exposed to the good and the bad. It isn't as pretty as it is in movies. It isn't too late. You think you're in love right now, but ask yourself, how can something that doesn't please Allah ever bring any good to your life? When Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, witnessed the Prophet ﷺ's behavior, she knew instantly that he's the one. Isn't that what true love is like? If your love is insecure and you're afraid to commit to the person you love through marriage, then what is the point in saying, I love you every night? Growing up, a lot of us thought that we want that beautiful girl or that tall, dark, and handsome guy. But with time, our experiences in life change what we perceive as ideal. Even with personality, your preferences as a teenager will not be the same when you are 21. Right now, for example, you might think you want that bad boy who will change just for your sake. But when you're older and you've had to put up with so much in life already, you'll just wish to have someone who is good and easygoing. Someone who is able to love without any restrictions. Someone who isn't overly complicated and knows what is right and what is wrong. Someone who can be a part of your life and yet give you your own space. Most importantly, someone who has realized their purpose in life and can grow with you together. This is because you won't always have the time to figure a person out. There will come failure, death, trauma, and so many things as you grow, and you just don't want to deal with more of that. Even after marriage, it isn't wrong to fall for a gorgeous smile, but that smile isn't going to raise an educated child one day. Your children are an amanah from Allah. If they go astray because of poor upbringing, they will testify against you on the day of judgment. If, on the other hand, they are raised well and given the right amount of spiritual guidance, they will take you into Jannah along with them. A lot of the times, couples see children as the far future when in fact raising children is one of the fundamental purposes of marriage. The joy you experience when your child is born is unimaginable. Every time your toddler runs around crying ummi or abi, your heart will drown in love for them. In their eyes, you will find a new purpose for your life. Their happiness will become your happiness. but with poor upbringing, they will become a burden on you. As they grow, they will transform based on their associates. Some may rebel, some may become quiet, some may develop a temper. For all these reasons, a good father and a good mother are essential. At the end of the day, your child needs a home to come back to, and that home lies only with the parents. If you reflect on Khadija radiallahu anha's and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's lives, they had children and they lost children. Despite all of that, they were pillars in each other's lives. Khadija radiallahu anha did such a great job at raising Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's children that when she left him in this world, her daughter Fatima was able to take care of her father. She did just like her mother would. This is what a good marriage can create. Love is like the sun. When it shines, there is no denying it. It shone in the life of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Through the love of his life, he found the strength he needed to become the best of mankind. His mission was tough, but he had a home to come back to every day. As for you, if you're willing to play with your lover's akhirah by defying the commands of Allah and adding to their sins, do you really love them? Or are you just trying to fill the void in your heart by claiming to have a lover? For everyone, there is a soulmate. Yours will find you when the time is right. If you think you have found yours already, commit to them and speak to the elders. Solidify your commitment in the form of marriage, because there will come a day when life will overwhelm you. You will come back running to your better half on that day. It is in your hands whether you want them to embrace you or to call you a madman, just like the rest of the world. It's all right to fall in love. Khadija, may Allah be pleased with her, did too. Just make sure you take your love in the right direction.